tuning into what this channel is a truthful channel. I say the truth all the time because I can be your best friend or your best enemy too sometimes. So bear with me, but I hope you can hear me very well. I hope you can hear me very well. Okay. If you're not hearing me, just indicate somehow, bring it to my attention that you're not hearing me. For those of you who don't know, my name is Samuel Olekanma. If you haven't known much about me, I'll advise you to go to my past videos. I got a couple of them out there to read and to learn more about me. Sure, you're gonna be able to get a glimpse of any detail you're trying to find out, name, contact, and whatever. Again, I bless you. I greet you in the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. I hope that this message I'm going to share today will enrich your life one way or the other. And a quick disclaimer, I'm not a much. If you're seeking an expert, I'll advise you to seek the counsel of an expert. And there's many of them. There's online, Craigslist, everywhere they are. They can give you a professional legal advice. I do not give legal advice. Let us say the truth. There's a video I shoot last time, but it wasn't clear. But I just want to repeat that a little bit before I go on to the topic of today, in which I stated that environment trumps will. Basically, in that video, I said that the environment you are can make or may you more than your willpower. And a lot of people have willpower, they have a way to do something, they have energy, they have aspect, but if you are in a toxic environment, an environment that is not conducive to what you are trying to do, it's pretty much impossible for you to achieve that around how strong your will is. So in that video, I was able to explain in detail how to get out from a toxic environment and to an environment whereby you can be able to prosper and grow. Because the basic principle of life is to grow. Everyone wants to grow in one way or the other. Animals grow, plants grow. So if you want to grow and you are not growing, and you know when you are not growing, and you have the willpower, you have the energy, you've done everything, most probably it's your environment. Get out from that environment. Environment is so strong and powerful. And, that is why I showed that video that I titled it Environment Trumps Your Willpower. So it doesn't matter how strong your willpower is. If you are, like I keep repeating myself often and on, it doesn't matter how strong your willpower is. If the environment is toxic, if the environment is not conducive, it will be absolutely difficult for you to succeed. Environment trumps your will. Go check that video. Today, what I wanted to share today is a little bit about my life. And I use myself most of the time as an example because what is applicable to one is applicable to the other. Okay? What is applicable to one is applicable to that person. In other words, I'm not on an island. I may think that the things may be peculiar to me or that I'm in the worst situation, but when you go outside, somebody else is experiencing the similar thing or the similar circumstance. So that's why nobody's an island. What you think you are having, somebody's having a more terrible situation than that, or equally a less more situation that is something far less at what you are going, or far more. It doesn't matter. But you are not alone. Somebody's going through that. You see, I have been going, sometimes it looks like I've been going forward, and all of a sudden I start going backwards. At one point, I think I'll be going forward and prospering. all of a sudden I find myself as if I'm going backward to what the stages I've passed. And I keep wondering, why am I keep repeating the past mistake? Why am I still going back to what I believe I've passed? And that question still lingers. I have not find the true or the sole reason or definition for for that particular reason. But however, I just want to show that let the audience, if you are going through the similar thing, to know that it's equally applicable that somebody else is going through that. Um, and the most important thing that is that I'm aware of it. When anything that you are aware of, you can find a way to solve it or to inquire. It may be difficult, even if it's difficult, but at least you're aware of it and you try to do something to remedy it or to solve it or to find a solution to that disgracing. I've grown so much. I've grown so much in this life that so many things that I know, I don't even want to say it because saying it doesn't help. It may create envy. I notice that a lot of people are envy in disguise of me, you know. And sometimes I know I have grown to an extent, but how to exhibit that growth, how to show that growth is something else that is difficult for me to understand or to grasp. I'll give you a few examples. And religion is usually the key factor. Most of us are highly religious. We brought up in a religious environment. We attune ourselves to a religious doctrine or one way or the other. We find ourselves in a society whereby you have to be identified by your perception and especially by the religion you attend to. You know, I know, like I said, I know I have grown. How do I know? I know I've grown when you know more or you seems to know more than those who supposed to teach you. No. It's not that I'm trying to be arrogant or that all. Sometimes you're quite intelligent and gifted to the point that you think the person teaching you has a more better knowledge, and you find out that the person that actually doesn't have that much wisdom that sometimes I'll be flowing somebody thinking the person knew, at least knew better than me. You see, and I find out that the person didn't know as much as I thought the person knew. You see, I like to follow people where I can learn. I like to go where I can get more wisdom, where I can grow. Like I said in the beginning, growth is fundamental. Everybody wants to grow. But sometimes I find myself in an environment that I'm not growing. And I don't know how to put it in order to sound like if I'm too egoistic or that I know it all. It's not that I know it all. It's just the fact that I'm in an environment that are not beneficial to me. You know, I go to the church by give example, the pastor is preaching, and the pastor is preaching about giving me his lifestyle, and he's giving me probably that he is smoking and how he stopped smoking. But how about those who have been in drug and stopped drug? You stop smoking and you think smoking because and that it should be I should be everybody should be clapping for you that you did a great thing. But how about those who were addicted in strong medication, in strong drug, in heroin, in more stronger methamphetamine or whatever you call it? I don't so many names given to them now. How about those that came out of those and you are sounding as if coming out of your own cigarette is on top of the world. You see, I'm just giving an example. You are preaching in a church and you have so much crowd in the church, and you give an example that even a baby can experience or have passed through. You see, those are the things that I'm trying to give example about. I want those things are not helping me because I needed a little bit more achievement, more example of that is a little bit higher than what especially me in particular have gone through. So what I believe that is maybe in level 1, when I've gone through level 2 or level 3, it doesn't excite me. And telling me to be excited and to be happy about it, preaching me a kindergarten or primary school level teaching when I'm in A level or university or master level, and you want me to be happy and content of the kindergarten or primary education, it's not fair. It's not actually fair. And that is what I've been noticing. A lot of pastors want humility. They want you to come and worship them. They want you to come and serve them. They want you to come and tell them that they are this, they are that, when in fact, they are not those. Actually, you know better than them. It's just the circumstance made them to become the position that they are the one preaching to you. But actually, you find out that you know far more better than what they are. In fact, they should be coming to you and you charging them a fee to teach them. They should be coming to you that is going to start fighting over my membership. Right now, I have over religious organization. Everybody's trying to win me to come to their church. Why are they trying to win me to go to their church? Why should I be persuaded? Why should I go to the church for the sake of going to the church rather than for the sake of what I can learn? I am not learning. If you cannot teach me what is learnable, why will I come and bow? And when you go to a church, I notice also, and you are not serving the pastor, you are not making faces, you are not, I'm sure somebody having the similar experience. You are not kind of, I may be lost in the type of words I use. You are not kind of simple worshiping the pastor in one word or other. You become an enemy. You become an outcast because they want you to be. How do I put this? So that you can. I'm sure somebody is getting the picture, even though I may be missing the word that I'm trying to portray there. You see, ignorance abounds, just like wisdom abounds. Ignorance also abounds. All those churches trying to win my membership, inviting me day in out, doing whatever thing, gimmick to win me, or to even some of them might even resort to having women call me and ties. It's not that I don't like to go to it. I want to go where I can learn. Emotion is a very strong thing. When you are used to going to the church, sometimes, even though you are not learning, but for the sake that you've been there before several times and you have one of that congregation, you just wanted to go there for the sake of associating to the church, not merely because you're learning or you're growing. Some churches are dead. Sorry to say that. Some churches are like a dead zone. There is nothing to learn from it. There's no growth. There's no new refreshing, nothing that will make you aspire to say, yeah, I'm glad to be where I am. That is why I said at the beginning of this message that sometimes it looks like I'm going backward. Okay? It looks like you're going forward with all the wisdom I have read, I have known, with all the knowledge, with all my experience. Sometimes I feel like I'm on somebody's at the kindergarten. Am I saying that? Yeah, kindergarten, elementary level is preaching to me. When I'm supposed to be going to A level, scientific level, research level. I have so many things in the past, that because of certain circumstance made you to be where you are. All of a sudden, you think that you know everything. A 3,000 congregation that coming to listen to you means that you are the master in knowledge. You are not master in knowledge. I'm not coming to church to serve a pastor. I'm coming to church because I believe a church is a gathering of the mind. And that is why I'm very careful of the mind that I'm gathering with, because some of the people in the church, you don't deserve to be in their gathering. You come there for the supreme being. You are coming to worship the all creator, all powerful, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscientific God. But not everybody serving the omnipotent present God. Some people come to church for very ulterior motives, which is quite understandable. You cannot, in every 12, you always get a Judas. Understandable. But however, in every 12, you can't just get 12 Judas. When the 12 becomes all Judas, then something is wrong somewhere. So I just want to share that little games. I hope I portrayed it in a way my listener can understand me and can get a glimpse picture of it. It's like a dead zone, completely dead. You know, they are not growing, and not only that they're not growing, they will not even allow you to grow. So the best way is to get out. Get out from that. It is difficult because of emotional attachment you already attached to that congregation due to maybe the friends you've made over the years, or for the simple that emotionally you just want to get out sometimes on Sunday to go to somewhere and see other people and let other people see you. So sometimes it's very, very difficult to weed yourself of those environments. But you got to, you know, environment trumps. Yeah, Samuel Olekanma, I'm aware of myself. I know I have knowledge. I know I have wisdom. I'm a prophet by birth. When I came to this life from my early childhood, as long as I can remember from the day I become conscious of who I am and what I am, my father told me I'm a prophet. My mother told me I'm a prophet. Those two individuals that brought me to this world told me that I'm a prophet. And who else would tell me that I'm not? If my mother and father told me, there is something they see. I am a prophet at birth, and I know I'm blessed, exceedingly blessed. So it doesn't matter what people are saying. Things may not be working out humanly the way you may want it to be, or I may so that it be. But that doesn't mean I'm not growing. I am growing. I am exceedingly growing great. I am great. I'm doing marvelous thing that you may not be able to perceive. Okay. As a matter of fact, I will stop preaching, doing this free presentation that I'm doing and teaching very soon, because I'm not trying to have a platform whereby I will be able to monetize everything I say or everything I do. I'm going to put it in a monetized form. Okay. I'm going to put it in a monetized form, and people are going to be paying me to hear me, because I've given enough of my wisdom for free. I'm not going to be able to charge, and I'm not cheap, because I have what you will not get. Most of the information I have, or what advice I can give you, you cannot find it open in the market easily. I've gone through the trial and error. It's just like a gold. When a gold go through fire, refine, the best of it come. You name it, I've gone through it. So who would you learn from? Somebody preaching from the book, or somebody who have gone through the experience? You know, cancer, I've seen it all, but I've seen a lot. I've seen quite a lot, my friend. I call you my friend because you are listening to this. That's why I call you my friend. I've seen a lot, and I've learned. The Bible that people, let me give you one example of the Bible. My understanding of the Bible is the most widely circulated book in the whole world. It's read by almost every individual on this planet. Every collected Bible, every part of the Bible is the stage in life. What do I mean by the stage in life? You go from Genesis to Revelation, it's a stages. You may be at Genesis of your own life. That means the beginning of your journey. You may be in the Exodus, the Popo, the exit. You see, every chapter, not only that, every chapter of the Bible goes by stage going through in your life. Individual chapter too, like from Genesis, from chapter 1 to the last chapter of Genesis, is also about stages. you don't read it literally. There is the stages of birth, there is the stages of promise, there is the stages of fulfillment, there is the stages of pain. Everybody got to go through pain. There is something I learned that I'm going to share to you next time. There is glory in pain. How to make every pain work for you. You need pain in your life. And you're not going to hear this teaching somewhere. Everybody's trying to run away from pain. But I'm telling you, there is element of pain that you need. You can use it as a fuel to achieve success. And it's a secret. If you go to the church, if everybody like to run away from every obstacle, every pain, every headache, everybody wants a smooth ride to heaven. That smooth ride to heaven. You gotta go through some difficulty, and those difficulty you have to learn how to use it as a fuel, as an energy, convert it as a raw energy to catapult you to reach your goal. Everybody has their own different goal. My goal may not be your own goal. That is what I'm going to teach next time. You know, I have a tendency of derailing from one topic or the other because I have too much knowledge, too many things coming at the same time. But gradually, my main purpose in this live stream, YouTube, is to educate, to enrich your life. If you know that you're getting something from this, if you know that there's something you want to learn, if you have any question whatsoever that you feel that I, Samuel Lekama, can be able to help you, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I'll be monetizing this my channel very soon. I'll be charging a fee to solve problem. I'm not doing it because I'm not. It's not a scam. You can, for me to let me, make that up from the beginning. It's not something like for nothing. It's gonna be cheap. I'm gonna be charging more than $1,000 probably per year. But I'll make sure you get a result. I will solve. You tell me before when you sign up. You tell me what your goal, what you want to achieve, and I'll guarantee you. I'll give you time frame. There's a reason why six pastors are trying to get to me. Why would a pastor even want me to come and give them, pour my soul out for them to organize me? Or when they don't think that I know anything. I've been noticing one particular period, they dump the guy or the girl. I've noticed it happen series of time. I won't let that happen. I mean, I've done it in the past. Nobody's perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I will not give you what I have willingly, unless you are willing to pay for it. Because I've been giving free for how many years? Can't even remember how many years now. See, over my life, the reason why I'm poor, if I'm poor today, is because I've been giving things free. Is September 20. That's when I'm shooting this. I've decided to not give anything anymore free. I will charge for my service. I have a talent. I'm gifted. I know how to make things work, but you're gonna pay for it. Actually, it's better for you to pay for it. Once you pay for it, then you'll be able to implement. Because if most of the time when I give it freely, people don't appreciate. They don't use it. But when you charge something, the people really appreciate it. They put it to work because now they put value to it. Then they'll be able to use it and they'll be able to achieve results. Then your aim is achieved because you want them to be successful. You want them to succeed. You want them to use your advice and you want them to enrich their life. Like I said off and on, September 20th, 2019, from now onwards, my service I'm gonna be free. I'm not gonna be free. All my past YouTube something, I'll be converting them, monetizing them to be a paid channel. You gotta pay now to hear my voice. Full of 1 hour for nothing. The thing is giving me a sign here that my network it's not connecting very well. 26 seconds of my interview. Um, I'm trying to make it under 30 minutes, which is good. So I hope you learned something from this. This is the voice of Samuel Olekanma. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be rich. You are blessed already. You see, most of the problem, like I said, I'm using myself as an example, is that people are blessed, but they don't know that they are blessed. It's ignorance. A lot of people are far more richer than they know about. And I am very good in helping people identify their talent and the best part of them life. I told one pastor recently how to be able to maximize the church growth, and it's when you tell them stuff for free, and when they see you, don't see, when they look at you, they don't see the way they don't see the result in you. It's difficult for you to say something when the way you award by your statue. And somebody coming, the way you advise by your position, and by the kind of what say, well, if you know you can do it, why haven't you even done this to yourself? If you know you can do it, why haven't you been rich? If you know you can do it, why haven't you been a millionaire? Don't worry, it's coming. I'm gonna prove it to you that I'm a millionaire very soon. I'm gonna show you that I'm a millionaire. And by that time, you will not afford me anymore. Okay? By that time, you will not afford my service. When I eventually become what I want to be, those advice that I'm giving you free are no longer going to be free. You're going to be paying dearly for it. If at all you even have access for me by that time. Because by that time now, I'll be for the highest bidder. And you may not be the highest bidder. The highest bidder is the only one that can afford me. So a few things I've said here, let me wrap it up. It's 29 minutes, is that environment trumps your will. Get out from the toxic environment. Do not sell yourself short. Stop following people that you cannot learn from. A lot of people follow. I come to the church. Sometimes I keep quiet and I look. I see fools everywhere. It's not that the fool that they are coming to church. It's because most of them don't even know why they are coming to church. That's why I call them fool. A fool is somebody who doesn't know what he's doing. That's the definition. I'm not saying they are wrong in leaving their house, but if you left your house, dress up, enter your car to go to church, it's good to be able to go to church to learn something new, to gain. If after dressing up, taking your time, doing things all and expecting a different result every time, you're a fool. And I don't call you fool. I'm excited to call you a fool, but I call you a fool because you're acting like a fool. When you say don't be a fool. Doesn't mean that I hate you. I mean, I'm trying to advise you to be good, to do something for your life. Again, this is Samuel Olekanma. It has been my pleasure educating you this afternoon. I hope you learned from this. If you have any question, comment, or concern, shoot me a comment under this video. Thank you, and God bless.